चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी। बरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश बेकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर बिक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवारी सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बढ़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम्हरो जस गावे अस कहीं श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कौबिद कहीं सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपत दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका बैली मुख बाहि जलधि लागी गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त तन धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंधि महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्ध साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। कीजय नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। पवन तने संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय हनुमान. A humble request for all to keep the cameras on, please. It will be very nice if we all keep our cameras on, right? And there might be a little disturbance today because there is some drilling happening upstairs. So it's okay. संसार है, संसार में तो disturbance is natural only, right? So we should get used to the disturbance and still be able to maintain silence within. That is the entire objective, isn't it? और है क्या? ऑब्जेक्टिव यही है ना कि हम बाहर की आवाज़ें तो बंद कर नहीं सकते. हमारे को बाहर की आवाज़ें चलते हुए भी अंदर के मन को शांत रखना सीखना है. और क्या करना है? So we very slowly took the last 3 verses because we had to be very careful कि कहते हैं ना अर्थ का अनर्थ ना हो जाए. Our scriptures can be misinterpreted very easily and they can be interpreted as per our personal wish also very easily. बिकॉज एक एक शब्द के 2 मतलब भी निकल सकते हैं, राइट? एक एक शब्द के 2 मतलब निकल सकते हैं. देर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स यू नो एंड एज पर आर कन्वीनियंस वी कैन अरेंज देम ऑल्सो कि नहीं नहीं ऐसे नहीं ऐसे हो सकता है, तो ठीक है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. सो वी वेंट वेरी स्लोली विथ वर्स नंबर 42, 43 and 44 because the divine Veds were being talked about, right? And Veds are what? They are the basis of our Sanatan Dharma, right? A person is not known as Nastik or Astik based on whether he believes in God or not. But as per Sanatan Dharma, a non-believer of Ved is a Nastik. And a believer of Ved who might not believe in God is still a Astik. So that is the importance of Ved in our Sanatan Dharma. We should never forget it, and at no point, at no time, no Granth, no sage, no scripture, no Guru is ever going to ridicule the Ved. And we should also not, even by mistake, say anything against these Veds, right? Because again, as per the Sanatan Dharma, Astik and Nastik. What is Astik? We normally think Astik is a believer of God and a Nastik is a non-believer of God. ऐसा नहीं है. As per Sanatan Dharma, Astik is a person who believes in the Veds and Nastik is a person who does not believe in the Veds. It's a very, very fine line, and that is why am I repeating it? Because that will show you the importance of Ved. And because these verses, verse number 42, 43, 44, and the verse number 45 and 46 that we will do today is going to talk about Ved, right? And if we are not careful in the interpretation, we are going to be very derogatory towards them. And we can't, and we shouldn't. Now, Krishna Bhagwan is talking to Arjun, right? In chapter 1, very briefly, what happened? विषाद हुआ अर्जुन को. कब विषाद हुआ? Vishad is grief, right? Agony. When did he have grief and agony? He had grief and agony when he realized, what did he realize? A very divine thing, which is the crux of our entire existence. There is no mine and there is no thine. Jab tak he was that ki I am there and he is there, I am and my enemies are, tab tak he had no Vishad. Tab tak he was very brave, ready to fight. I'm going to destroy them. And then Shri Krishna said, ढंग से देखो ना, कोई और तो है ही नहीं, वो भी तेरे ही हैं, ये भी तेरे ही हैं. The minute that thought came and that the minute that realization awakened, that is when the grief started. कि there is no mine, there is no thine, मेरा तेरा है ही नहीं. Everything is mine. And when I go on with this battle, I am going to harm those who are mine. And most important part of Gita is that Krishna is saying, everything is yours, there is no other. And trust me, the true Vishad that we are going to face will happen in this realization only. The minute we realize that everything is mine, there are no others, how will we act in this world? Huh? जब तक मेरा है तेरा है, my family, your family, my responsibility, your responsibility, my children, I need to care for, your children, you need to care for, it's easy. Life is very easy. But suddenly you awaken to the fact there is nothing called my children and your children. Everything is mine only. Everything is one only. Now how do I act in this world? That was the turning point of Arjun's Vishad. तो उनको विषाद छोटी मोटी चीजों पे नहीं हुआ था. When he awakened and his ignorance was taken away, that is when the dilemma started in him. Now how do I act in this world? आप सोचिए, इस बात को थोड़ा ध्यान से सोचिएगा. And Shri Krishna kept listening to what Arjun was saying, because Arjun was not in a receptive state at all. No matter what another person is saying, till you are in a receptive state, you would not understand, you would not listen also. Shri Krishna said, ठीक है, because Shri Krishna was his friend, right? They played together, they grew up together, they lived a similar life, his sister was, we all know the story, right? So he was just another relative, friend, of course, a best friend. But Arjun kept talking to Shri Krishna, and in the beginning of chapter 2, he said, that's it, I surrender, right? Now you as my guru tell me what I should do. When Shri Krishna said, okay, so now he is ready and he is receptive to listen to what I am going to say. Otherwise, कहते हैं ना कि unwanted advice should never be given. Why should you give unwanted advice? And they also say, never talk about the scriptures to the people who are not willing to listen about it. कोई फायदा ही नहीं होने वाला है. And you'll end up demeaning your own scriptures. So unless and until a person is willing to listen, a person is willing to be receptive, don't talk. कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं है ना. So over here, when Arjun was receptive, then Shri Krishna said, चलो ठीक है. Now he has asked me to talk, now I will talk. तब तक he was quiet, very quietly listening. And when Shri Krishna opened his mouth, अब कौन बोल रहे हैं? Shri Krishna बोल रहे हैं, right? तो वो परब्रह्म, he is speaking, and when he opened his mouth, what did he say? The first thing he said was pretty derogatory for Arjun, and it was to shake Arjun out of his state of inertia. Klebhya masmagama partha. But कैसे? You're behaving like a coward? नपुंसक की तरह behave कर रहे हो? Not that he is saying anything wrong to them, but still, what kind of a behavior is this? He literally shouted at him. This behavior is not expected of you. Arjun was like, okay. And then the dialogue continued, right? And Shri Krishna started from the highest point. Or I should not say highest, because we cannot compare one yog to another, but something which is very difficult to comprehend. He said, what did he talk about? The difference between sharir and shariri. What is it? The difference with the body and the big I and the small I, the sharir and the shariri, the body and me. He said, you are not the body, you're not the thought, you're not the mind, you're not the intellect, you're nothing. You are that. Then he gave a lot of examples, lot of definitions, lot of verses came explaining this very point. अर्जुन को नहीं समझ आया, और समझ आया भी तो भी he was like, okay. So Krishna said, okay, Gyan Yog he gave in the initial verses, starting verses number 11 and to I think verses number 23, 24, if I'm not, but to verse number 30, I'm not quite sure, but I think it was still verse number 30. After that, he said, okay, let's talk about ethics. What is right to do? What is not right to do? Now you are here in the battlefield. You should not go back. Why? Because so many people have come. You have already chosen this path. You are a Kshatriya. All that normal ethical things were put forth. And then he said, "Theek hai. Let's go forward and let's try to understand it from the perspective of karma." Right? Gyan, karma. Gyan and karma in themselves not very complicated. हमें तो कर्म करना आता ही है ना. From the very beginning, from the very childhood, we have been taught how to do. ये करो, वो करो, कर्म करो, कर्म करो, कर्म करो. But now in Gita, they are not talking about Gyan or Karma. They are talking about Gyan Yog. Karma Yog. So when they are talking about Gyan Yog, what is Yog? To unite. To unite with whom? If you are a Advaiti, you will say to unite with that which I am. Right? Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, मैं जो हूँ वो मुझे जानना है. I want to know myself because I am no other than that divine. Suppose you are a Dvaiti, right? My God is different and I am different. No problem. Atma, Paramatma, उसमें भी क्या फर्क पड़ता है, right? That is another philosophy. बड़े बड़े गुरुओं ने ये philosophy दी है. So in that way also he'll say, Gyan Yog se you want to unite with your God, right? So Gyan, when it becomes Gyan Yog, it is to connect you to that divine. So when Gyan Yog becomes a means to connect you to the divine, when we add Yog to Karma, what does it become? Your Karma, Krishna is saying, can also be done in such a manner that it helps you in uniting with the divine. Because whether we like it or not, whether we want to accept it or not, there is no other meaning or purpose for our existence. That is the sole purpose of our birth. That is the sole purpose of every birth that we have taken, to move closer to the truth, to know the self, or to connect with that divine, to know that divine. So now Shri Krishna is saying, "Theek hai, you know, the same thing, that same state." What is the state we are talking about? What is the state that we talked about? Verse number 30 tha, yes. So in the end of verse number 30, Shri Krishna talked about one very simple state, right? I'll read it out because it's very beautifully written over here. He says, when you are totally immersed in Gyan Yoga, when you have the Tattva Gyan, right? What is Tattva Gyan? You know that divine, Brahm, ka pata chal jata hai. Then what happens to you? What happens is, अगर साधक का शरीर से माना हुआ संबंध सर्वथा मिट जाए, right? कि I am not the body, you have realized it. I am that, right? So that relation with the body that we have established, that conditioning is gone, then what will happen to us? अगर साधक का शरीर से माना हुआ संबंध सर्वथा मिट जाए तो उसके द्वारा अशुभ कर्म तो होंगे ही नहीं, शुभ कर्मों में भी आसक्ति नहीं रहेगी. You will not do anything negative. Of course, when you have realized what your true nature is, सच्चिद आनंद स्वरूप हूँ मैं, तो आपसे कुछ गलत तो होगा ही नहीं, right? But at the same time, you will not be overzealous to do something good also. ठीक है, कर रहे हो, पर उसमें आसक्ति नहीं रहेगी. There won't be a खिंचाव. There won't be like an attachment to any action, good or bad, right? Then उसके द्वारा निरर्थक चिंतन तो होगा ही नहीं. When you have realized everything, where is the negative thought, unnecessary thought will not come into your mind. पर साधक के चिंतन में भी and नहीं है। उसमें क्या है, उसके द्वारा निरर्थक चिंतन तो होगा ही नहीं, सार्थक चिंतन में भी उसकी आसक्ति नहीं रहेगी. So you would not be talking about negative things, but you would not be hankering upon getting positive thoughts in your mind also. उसमें भी there is no attachment to positive or negative thoughts, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. उसमें चंचलता तो रहेगी ही नहीं. You'll calm down, चंचलता चली जाएगी, कहाँ जाएगी पता ही नहीं चलेगा कैसे चली गई. हाँ, पर समाधि स्थिरता की अवस्था में अथवा निर्विकल्प समाधि में, उस स्थिति में भी आसक्ति नहीं रहेगी. He is saying even the chanchalta won't be there, but at the same time what will happen? You would not be yearning for nirvikalp samadhi, स्थिरता करनी है, उस तरह की भी hankering, that hankering for that would not be there. So any kind of hankering for the negative, opposites, good भी नहीं होगा तो bad भी नहीं होगा. No negative thought, no hankering for good thoughts, no chanchalta where you're bubbly and jumpy and you're always in the rajasic motion. That is not there. But you won't be attracted towards the sattvic sthirta also, right? When there is no negative thought, you would not be striving or you would not be running after positive thoughts also. एक शून्य हो जाएगा, right? So after the verse 30, Shri Krishna says, but the same thing can be achieved by Karma Yoga also. This is what we have to achieve. And Ram Sukdas ji very beautifully said, when this is the end of Gyan Yoga, this very thing is the beginning of Bhakti and Karma Yoga. What? Gyan Yoga mein, after you learn and after all the teachings has been imparted, then you accept, you realize, and then you reach the state. For Bhakti and Karma Yoga, you have to start with the state. What? The start with the state, not exactly the state, but there is something of an acceptance. The yearning is already there कि मुझे प्रभु को जानना है, right? So this is a slight difference in the sequence of how things happen in Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. Not much of a difference, not to worry about. Then he talked about Karma Yoga. Now the other thing, now Karma Yoga is very famous amongst a lot of people. Why? Because it's easy, people feel, right? कि मुझे तो कर्म ही करना. आई एम अ मदर, आई हैव टू डू द ड्यूटी ऑफ माई ऑफ अ मदर. आई एम अ डॉटर, इफ आई एम द बेस्ट डॉटर इन द वर्ल्ड, बस हो गया कर्मयोग. नहीं होता वो, उसको कर्मयोग नहीं बोलते, उसको कर्म बोलते हैं. उससे कर्म योग नहीं बनता है. यू वोंट रीच द डिवाइन बाय डूइंग दैट. इट्स गुड, नथिंग रॉन्ग इन इट, बट इफ योर ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू गो मेक योर कर्म योग, योर ऑब्जेक्टिव कुड बी डिफरेंट, नो प्रॉब्लम. Because in our scriptures there is no hard and fast rule that you have to do this, you have to do that. नहीं, जो करना है करो, अभी हम समझेंगे. So इसमें what are the pillars of Karma Yoga? We have to remember. Otherwise we would not understand Karma Yoga. The pillars of Karma Yoga is स्वार्थ, अभिमान और फलिच्छा त्याग करके. What is स्वार्थ? Selfishness. अभिमान, ego. फलिच्छा, desire for fruits. They have to be removed. But the most important part comes now. स्वार्थ, अभिमान और फलिच्छा त्याग करके दूसरों के हित के लिए. दूसरे कौन हो जाते हैं? वहां द्वंद्व शुरू हुआ ना. जब ही सेड कि कोई दूसरा नहीं है, तब द्वंद्व शुरू हुआ. तो ओवर हियर से दूसरों के हित के लिए कर्म करना स्वधर्म है. हु इज दूसरा? दूसरा इज द पर्सन हु इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू योर बॉडी इन एनी वे. Be it your child, मतलब somebody else जिसको आप दूसरा समझते हो. That is कर्म योग. So स्वार्थ, अभिमान और फलिच्छा त्याग के दूसरों के लिए काम करना, तो कर्म युग में that is the pillar of कर्म योग. And with this basic premise and this basic knowledge, we went on in कर्म योग. And in कर्म योग, one thing is very simple. One thing that is very easily achievable is if we are able to remove our ego, right? Very easy. एक ही चीज हटानी है, ego, अहम, right? अहम या मैं, ego. अहम त्यागने से अनंत सृष्टि का त्याग हो जाता है. All you have to do is, there is कुछ ज्यादा भी नहीं करना है. All we have to do is give up our ego, अहम. The minute you give up your ego, aham, done. Then the rules of this Brahman, the rules of this Ved Ji, the rules, all these don't apply to you anymore. Because you have moved beyond the Shrishti. What do you have to leave? One thing. Aham. Ego. मैं. That I. उसको छोड़ दो. बस उतना ही करना है. The minute you are able to leave that, Shrishti is gone. Nothing is left. Very simple. So with this, he slowly moves on and he talks about Karma Kand, right? In Vedas, basically, we had shared the details last time, but two divisions can be seen, Karma Kand and Gyan Kand, right? Each and every Ved, Karma Kand and Gyan Kand is there. So when Sri Krishna is talking right now, he is talking about the Karma Kand, right? So now you will say when Sri Krishna is talking about Karma Kand and he is asking Arjun to not get stuck, right? That is what we discussed. In Karma Kand, why are the Karma Kands mentioned in the scriptures? Right? What are Karma Kand? The rituals, the mantra, Falashruti हर चीज के बाद में होती है. If you want to go to heaven, you can do this. If you want putra kamishti यज्ञ होता है, right? Yeah, you can have a putra. You can have wealth. If you want wealth, it is also achievable. Strong mantras are there in our Veds. आप करके तो देखो, सही उच्चारण, सही विधि. हाँ, सही उच्चारण, सही विधि is very important. We discussed that also. Once that is in place, everything is achievable. By the help of our Veds, आपको जो चाहिए, it will be at your service. If you are able to master them. होता है ना, तंत्र विद्या, ये विद्या, वो विद्या, all the siddhis and riddhis, कौन नहीं master करता है? How do they do it? With the help of the Veds. Right? So whatever you want is there for you to take from these beautiful scriptures, right? But Shri Krishna over here says that, hey Arjun, as we go on now in the next verse, he's saying, you move away from it. It is time that you move away from it. And why are they mentioned before we go on? Because see, we all have our own aptitude, right? Now the other day, I won't mention the name of this guru. She's very nice. Long back, few years back, I met her and she said, why don't you join us? I said, नहीं, मैं नहीं कर सकती क्योंकि आप लोग मांगना सिखाते हो. भगवान से मांगा नहीं जाता. You know, that is not my philosophy. You know, you cannot ask from God. Why should you ask from God? Even why should you even ask for God? Just love Him, no? So while talking, and all gurus are divine, right? They said, मांग के, you know, when they realize कि उनकी मांगे पूरी हो रही है, they will develop trust कि हाँ, this works. And then gradually, it will be possible to take them at a higher level. That is not the objective. But to get their attention, to get them to do what I am asking them to do, there has to be some benefit, right? Because now we are like, iska kya? We always say, what is the benefit of doing this? All our children, everybody talks like this, what is the benefit of doing this? What will I get by doing this? So scriptures may be, what do I get? So they show you, okay, this is what you get. And then probably from those who followed to get will realize that no, I want to move beyond the get. If it is so powerful and it will give me everything in this world, can't it give me God? Can't it give me the divine? And those, so she says कि इनको समझ तो आए. So the objective was not that, but the starting point was that. So in our Veds also, Karma Kand इसी के लिए, they say, okay, what do you want? Swarg, which lok, how many years, how many children, how much wealth, everything is prescribed. You chant this, you'll get this. You chant this, you'll get this. You do this, you'll get this. This sacrifice, you'll go there. Everything is there. But that is for our purification. By doing all the rituals, tab, jap, gyan, all that is mentioned, chanting, whatever is mentioned, everything should purify us. That is the objective. But what happens is, that becomes the end goal. Purification is their goal. However, we forget that and we get caught in just, I want this, I want that. Happens, right? So many people go to the temple. Why? Ajay, मेरी इच्छा पूर्ति हनुमान. There are names also like this. इच्छा पूर्ति हनुमान. Because if you go and you ask for something, आपकी इच्छाएं पूरी हो जाएगी. ऐसे ऐसे नाम दे रखे हैं ठाकुर जी को. No problem. He says, तुम्हारे को मुझसे जो चाहिए वो मैं तुम्हें दे दूंगा. What is my problem? Right? You want something from me, worldly? Okay. You want children? Okay. You want money? Okay. No problem. There is nothing right or wrong in our scriptures. We have to be very careful. It depends on what you choose. So the scriptures, the Veds, the rituals and all the karma kand that is given is not to be stuck there. Actually, it is for purification, and once the purification happens, you automatically are supposed to move towards Gyan Kand. And we saw the sequence. So now Arjun hai ye bhai, साधारण इंसान नहीं है. He is Arjun. तब जप यम नियम सब कर लिया है, तभी तो श्री कृष्ण उनसे बात कर रहे हैं. Right? So Arjun ko he says now in verse number 45, he's saying, Tregunya Vishaya Veda Nistregunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvastho Niryogakshema Atmavan. Beautifully. We'll break it slowly and try to understand what he's saying. Tregunyo Vishaya Veda. Now, what are the three gunas? Tregunyo Vishaya Veda. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Right? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas together form the entire creation. There was nothing. Right? And then what happened? If you want, we'll do it in the next class in great detail, how the creation happened. But everything, in the core of everything is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And there are 5 elements. है ना? Air, water, ether, fire, earth. Right? बस उन्हीं से सृष्टि बनी हुई है, ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं. There is no rocket science. How many? 25 to 26 तत्व हैं, बस कुछ है नहीं. And इन्हीं को अलग अलग से mix करके, what happened? Kal. There was tremor and these 3 gunas were formed. So in Ved, he is saying Tregunya Vishaya Veda. So in Ved, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas के विषयों में ही बात हुई है. Right? Because they have been, now, which section are they talking about? They are talking about the Karma Kand. They are not talking about the entire Ved, because उसी में से Upanishad भी निकलती है. Right? So, Tregunya Vishaya Veda, Nistre Gunyo Bhavarjuna. Don't get stuck in Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. You move ahead. Move to the Gunatit Avastha. What is the Gunatit Avastha? Where there is no Sattva, there is no Rajas, there is no Tamas. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So, ये बोल रहे हैं कि वेद से if you are Rajasic or if you are Tamasic, you can do a lot of mantras and japs and everything and you'll become Rajasic. ठीक है? Rajasic से तुम सात्विक बन जाओगे. Right? Sattvic is also a, see, there are conditionings, right? For instance, Adi, Vyadhi and Samadhi. What is Adi, Vyadhi and Samadhi? These are all different kind of upadhis. Write it down. Adi, Vyadhi, Samadhi. Adi and Vyadhi are normally emotional and physical pain. Right? Samadhi is the state of pure bliss. But what is Ram Sukdas ji saying? He's saying Adi, Vyadhi, Samadhi, all 3 are just a state of mind. These are just upadhis. These are just conditioning. Move beyond that. Very, very important here. So, is it possible? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas se pare hona possible? Yes. You can reach that Gunatit Avastha. That is the objective. If we get stuck in Karma Kand, we are just moving from Rajas, Tamas, Sattva and we are just rotating there. We have to move ahead. So over here he is saying Tregunya Vishaya Veda Nistregunyo Bhavarjuna. O Arjun, don't revel in the Karma Kand. Don't revel in the 3 gunas of Satya, Rajas and Tamas. Don't revel to fulfill and move from one to another. Move beyond these 3 gunas. Move to the Gunatit Avastha. My dear Arjun, move to the Gunatit Avastha where there is no Sattva, no Rajas and no Tamas. And how? How will you do it? How will it happen? Nirdvandvo, Nitya Sattvastho, Niryog Kshema Atmavan. First, Nirdvandvo. What is Nirdvandvo? Dvand hota hai na? Dvand is something very simple. The dualities, like joy and sorrow, rag and dvesh, dvand hai. In the same situation, right? For instance, in this sansar only, sansar is ek, right? And then you have different emotions. Rag means extreme attachment. Dvesh is extreme hatred. Some people we love and have extreme attachment, rag. For some people we have so much hatred that we can't even see them, हमारे को लगता है ना कि खोटे आग, there is a saying कि I can't even stand to see her. Rag, dvesh, fame, defame, joy, sorrow, right? He's saying move beyond this. Nirdvandvo. Now how can you become nirdvand? And why is it important to become nirdvand? Nirdvand hone mein, what is the importance? And how is it possible? Suppose you are faced with a situation, right? Consciously, you'll tell yourself that I'm not going to get agitated by it, right? When you have reached that state of nirdvand, what will you say? I'm not going to get agitated by it. It is okay, right? But in your heart, there is a little bit of an emotion there, right? So then you say, ठीक है, but you are avoiding it. आप उपेक्षा कर रहे हैं. It's okay. And then gradually, you still develop yourself further, and there is a state of udasinta, where there is no extreme emotion towards that state. And then slowly you move towards uparati, where there is totally a absence and a quietness of any kind of emotion, any kind of action, nothing is there, total calm. That is when you are nirdvandva. So start from, okay, this is a situation, upeksha, no extreme emotion. Slowly reduce it, udasinta aegi. Slowly reduces further. What will happen? Uparati aegi. So that is nirdvandvo. Nirdvandvo, moving away from duality. O Arjun, don't get trapped in the karma kand of Veda, which are dealing only with sattva, rajas and tamas. Move beyond these three. Move to a state of, what is it? Gunatit avastha, my dear Arjun. How will you do it? Go away from dvand, the duality that you face. And how can you do it? Again he's saying, how? Simple. Get established in sattva. What is sattva? What is something that is always true? What is something that never changes? What is something that never changes? Nitya sattva-stho. What is nitya sattva? ऐसा क्या है जो कभी बदलता नहीं है? God, right? Other than him, everything is changing. Can you tell me anything that is changeless? Our relationship with our children change. When they are babies, they can't live without us, right? Mama. They grow up a little, they want their friends. They grow up a little more, they go away, college, they get married. After a point, they don't need us. We insist on being in their lives. It's a different story. Because हमारे से राग छूटता नहीं है. But that is it. Our job is done. If we would have been birds, when the fledglings have learned to fly, khatam, bye-bye. Unfortunately, rag hai. And then grandchildren, the children know how to take care of their grandchildren. But nahi. We need to be felt, we need to feel that yes, there is changelessness in the love we share. Nahi hai. Two siblings living together, totally. They'll fight, they'll love, they'll be there. Take them apart, move them apart, different situations. The relationship changes. Yes, they like each other, everything is there. But there is a change. Look at ourselves. From a young girl, the body changes, isn't it? What is changeless? There are two things. Or I'll say there is only one. That divine, which is watching this change, is changeless. So over here they are saying, how do you become nirdvand? Get established in the truth. What is the truth? That, what is the truth? That does not change. Something, just keep asking yourself, what is that one thing that does not change? God. Other than that, everything changes. Everything changes. Be it even the inert things change. Our islands change. The motion happens. The plates move and everything happens. There is nothing that does not change. What is changeless? So he is saying, establish yourself in sattva, Arjun. Get established in sattva. and stop what? Niryog kshema. What is योग and shame? Kshame, योग is हमको इकट्ठा करना होता है, join, right? The other meaning of योग is we do that, right? Very simple. We are very, very proficient in doing it. And shame is, इसको बोलेंगे where we are protecting it, right? So what we do is we spend our entire lives doing just this: earning and securing, getting and securing. Don't we spend our entire day doing this also? We'll go shopping and we'll buy 1,000 things, and then we'll spend the entire day looking after those things. सोचो ना, इसीलिए कहते हैं ना, these महात्मास don't keep anything, only waste of time. पहले तो उसको संग्रह करो, right? इकट्ठा करो, फिर उसको संभालो, रखो ही मत ना जिंदगी. See, life is limited. One thing that is fleeting away is time. When the one reality of life is death. When it will happen, nobody knows. हमें लगता है कि बहुत साल हैं, नहीं. We are sitting in the jaws of death. And as Chinmaya Gurudev just today morning said, and he is yawning, Yamraj is just yawning. The minute he decides to close his mouth, we are gone. That is the time we have. We feel that time is eternal. Nahi. So why waste your time in gathering and protecting? Gathering and protecting happens, right? People will spend their lives earning their wealth, and then the other part of their life securing their wealth. Where do I invest? What do I do? How do I make sure it is multiplied? What a waste of time. So Shri Krishna is saying, don't get into that. So what is he saying? Nirdvandva. How? Get established in the truth, that changeless. And stop worrying about earning, gathering and securing. That is my job. मैं करूंगा ना तुम्हारे लिए. तुम बस प्रभु में, मेरे में स्थित हो जाओ. The rest is my headache, Arjun. तुम छोड़ो. Think about it. How? He will do it. What will he do for us? Let's see. This is a beautiful story. We know about Guru Vivekanand ji, right? And when he was young and he met Ramakrishna Paramhans ji, and he started moving towards the spiritual path, there came a time in his life where his father passed away, and his family had hardly anything left. There were times when they hardly had food. There were times that the children could not go to school. Lot of difficulties were happening in his life. So he went to his guru and he said, please help me. Please help me. Can you ask Ma? Because Ramakrishna Paramhans used to talk to Devi. Can you please ask her to solve my problem? Ramakrishna Paramhans ने बोला, भगवान से ये मांगूंगा क्या? नहीं, go. I am not going to ask for anything. And then finally, there is a different version also, but now this version that I'm telling you is, finally Ramakrishna Paramhans said, ठीक है, I'll make sure that Devi Ma ensures that they have cloth to cover their body and they won't go hungry to bed. Cloth to cover their body and they won't go hungry to bed. So when the Lord is telling you कि I will take care of you, तुम मत करो, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि he'll take care of your 1001 dreams, of multiple cars and houses. विवेकानंद जी को भी इतना ही बोला कि तेरे घर वाले भूखे नहीं सोएंगे और उनके तन पे कपड़ा होगा. That is all that we need actually. बाकी सब is want. So when the Lord is saying, Arjun, you stop, don't think about sangreh and इकट्ठा करना and उसको protect करना, don't think about it. That is something, leave it to me. I'll take care of it now. So Vivekanand ji के लिए भी the Lord took care of it. But if you want him to, go head over heels running for your wants, he won't do it. And I think a jnani or a yogi or a bhakt does not even want that. So क्या बोला? I'll take care of your family. They'll have enough to eat. They won't sleep hungry. Enough matlab nahi ki they'll be getting all the delicacies in the world. I do not know what he provided, and they'll have cloth in their body. So with this very story, we understand what much is needed. Look at Sudama. Sudama, Krishna's best friend, right? And he was going through such a rough time, but he never went to Sri Krishna. He would pray to him. He would, really think about him. They were always connected, but not once did he ask for anything. And then his wife, ऐसा ही होता है ना. Sometimes I really pity the earning members in the house. Because of us and our desires, they are wasting such precious moments in their life just to fulfill our dreams कि अभी मुझे ये भी चाहिए, मुझे वो भी चाहिए. वो बेचारा भागे जा रहा है. बैठने दो ना उसको शांति से. उसका भी मनुष्य जीवन है, तुम बर्बाद कर रहे हो. Because of our wants and our desires and our bigger things, poor thing is running from morning to evening. Whoever is the bread earner, it could be a woman also. So over here, his wife said, no, look at your children. They are dying of hunger. You say Krishna is your best friend. Go and tell him that we are in such poverty. He said, no, I'm not going. I cannot ask from Krishna. He is my friend. मैं दोस्त से थोड़ी मांगूंगा. नहीं, तुम्हें जाना पड़ेगा. हट, नारी हट, कि जाओ अब तुम. मामा ये सब नहीं चलेगा, मुझे चाहिए. ठीक है बेचारे सुदामा, very he was so uncomfortable, yet he went. And what did he take? 3 povas, right? And we know what happened. Shri Krishna ultimately ate 1, 2, the third Rukmani ji or stopped him, and then he got all the opulences and all. And when he returned, he cried, he wept. He said, Krishna, you want to cheat me? By giving me all this, you want me to go away from you? How bad is this your true friendship? I thought you were an honest friend. I did not know you could do such a thing to me. He was so heartbroken by all the wealth that has suddenly showed up. He said, I don't want this. Until the very end, Sudama ji did not use a single thing. He wore his tattered clothes. He slept on that floor because at no point he felt that there could ever be a trade-off or ever be a want where there would be anything more important than the Lord. तो संभाला ना श्री कृष्ण ने. क्या संभाला? योग और shame. He shame, मतलब it's not shame, but Hindi में. So he gave also and he protected also. Doesn't he protect the birds? Doesn't he protect the trees? Doesn't he protect the ocean? But yet we feel that we are humans and we have to protect ourselves. And then starts earning and securing and saving and talking about such big things कि करना ही पड़ेगा, नहीं तो करेगा कौन? सृष्टि वो चला सकता है, तुम्हारा घर वो नहीं चला सकता, right? We really doubt his ability. Over here, again, be very careful. Arjun is not being asked to stop doing his action. All this is being said so that Arjun does what he is supposed to do. But he does it in a way that connects him to the Lord. कर्म हम भी करते हैं, कर्म योगी भी करते हैं. They do the same exact thing. But there is a difference, and this is the difference that makes their karma yog and our karma bhog. We have discussed bhog in great detail last class, right? So that is the only difference. Their karma becomes yog. Our karma becomes bhog. Their karma liberates them. Our karma ties us to the cycle of birth and death. So over here Shri Krishna is saying, tu chhod na, main hu. Main sambhal lunga sab kuch. You move beyond the sattva, rajas and tamas. You move to that gunatita avastha. You give up this duality, this thought of duality. Chhod do. How? Establish in me. Main hu. Have faith. I will give you what is needed. Don't worry. I will protect what has to be protected. I will give your way what has to be given. There was this one sage. He doubted it. He said, ऐसे थोड़ी होता कि भगवान आएंगे कि ये लो तुम्हारे लिए मैं लेके आया हूँ. This is not possible. It is not possible, right? We are conditioned to believe कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. He can do everything. He can make the Srishti run. He can make the earth and all the planets go on their axis. But he cannot take care of us, right? So there was one great person. He said, no, this is not possible, that God is going to come and he is going to give you, okay, this is for you, take care. So he changed some words in the Gita. So later that day, in his house, there was nothing to eat. And a small little boy came with some food and he gave it to this wife. And when he gave it to the wife asked, who are you? Where have you come from? He said, no, I found out that there is no food in your house and I wanted to give this to you. She said, okay. And when he was turning, they saw a red mark on his back. And she asked, what happened to you? Where did this hurt come from? He said, your husband hit me. Your husband hit me. Said, my husband? How could he? Yes, he did. Any which ways, and he ran away. And when in the evening The husband came. He was like delighted. How did all this come in our house? We had no food. He said, no, there was a boy who came and he gave this. And he said, you hurt him? How could you hit a little boy? And this man realized he had altered a verse in the Gita saying the Lord cannot come running to your door and give you something. It's not possible. And he had changed that verse. And when you alter a verse, you hurt the Lord. These scriptures are nothing but him. साक्षात श्री कृष्ण है, साक्षात प्रभु है. So वो आता है. And we have proof that वो आता है. But फिर भी we are so busy in Sangreh and Sancheh. Sangreh and Sancheh. So he's saying, Arjun, you move beyond it. I am there. And then he says, listen, Arjun, once you move beyond this state, what will happen? है ना? And why is he saying कि Arjun, you need to move away from this state. You need to move away from Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Now, how can you move away from Sattva, Rajas and Tamas? Very simply. From tamasic tendencies, which are very negative, you can make your tendencies rajasic, right? And what do you use to make these tamasic and rajasic tendencies sattvic? Is simply doing jap, tap, niyam, all the rituals and prayers and everything, right? Now, when your rajasic and tamasic tendencies are gone and you are established in sattva, what are you supposed to do? Be there. That is what we all do. Be there. No. Again, a very simple example. When there is a thorn in your leg and you want to remove that thorn, you take a needle and you remove that thorn. But after that, you put the needle away also. You do not go around with the needle in your hand. It does not work that way. Very simple. So now he says, uske baad mein kya hoga? Once a person has achieved this, what happens, right? Yavanartha udpane, yavanartha udpane, sarvata samplutodake, navan Tavanas. Have you opened the verse, all of you? Verse number 45 and 46 in your Gita books. Yavanartha udpane sarvata samplatodake tavanas sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanatah tavanah sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanatah. Now when this state has been reached, right, a very beautiful thing happens, right? Just imagine. Now the example in the first line of this verse, they are saying that just imagine there are small puddles of water. Shri Krishna Arjun ko samjha rahe hain ki why am I asking you to move beyond these states and move beyond the karma kand, move beyond all this. There are small jalashay, small ponds of water, and there is a big river of water, right? Once you get that big river which is flowing, won't you go and use that river? Because it won't get dirty, right? Because the water is flowing. But if you use that puddle or a small stream which is not flowing anywhere, if you take a bath in there, the water will get dirty. You won't be able to wash your clothes in it. If you wash your clothes in it, you won't be able to drink it. But just imagine if this small puddles get one with the river. Suppose there is a flood, okay, for instance, and this river rises up and all these small puddles are taken into it, right? They have merged, they have become one. Now, whether you wash your clothes, you take a bath, you do whatever, will the water get dirty? No, right? But still, if there are small puddles in different places, when you're using it, it gets dirty. When you're using it, it gets dirty. But when it merges, then it will remain clean no matter what. So he's saying, once you have reached that state, right? You do not need to be engrossed in karma kand anymore. When you have moved beyond sattva, rajas and tamas, you have reached that gunatita avastha, right? When you have reached that, you do not need small puddles. You are beyond it. Think of it. Let's explain it in a very beautiful way. Ganga, right? Okay, one more way. When we go to the Ganga for our bath, what happens? We go to purify ourselves, isn't it? वही होता है ना, you take a dip in Ganga and all your pap will be washed out. Just imagine, poor Ganga Ma. So Ganga Ma was very reluctant. She knows Mrityu Lok hai. We are known as Mrityu Lok. Bhuto hum bol dete hain. Mrityu Lok is where Mrityu is the only truth. So earth is known as the Mrityu Lok. बोला मैं Mrityu Lok नहीं जाऊंगी. She refused. When did she refuse? When Bhagirath had come. When Bhagirath had come, she said, I am no ways going to Mrityu Lok. I refuse. No matter how many times he calls me, I am not going. So Brahmaji tried, everybody tried. Then finally Vishnuji went and he said, क्यों नहीं जाना है? बोले no, they are papi, adham. These kind of people are there. They are going to pollute me. I am not going down. I refuse. He said, I promise. Then he said, I'm going to get so polluted. She said, you won't get polluted. He said, how can you say I won't get polluted? Do you know the kind of people that live in Mrityulok from Swarg? She was beyond Swarg also, and you want me to go down there? Nahi jaungi. So he said, listen. He made two promises. Ek to he said, every yug I will come and meet you myself. Right? We know, right? Ram ji aaye to bhi Ganga ji mein gaye. Krishna aaye to bhi he went. So every yug I myself will come and meet you. But even if I don't come, I assure you that when that great divine soul who is beyond Rajas, Tamas and Sattva, who is beyond the cycle of life and death, in the sense he is not bound by the causation and by the karma, that great sage, that great devotee, when that person comes and takes a dip in you, you are going to be purified. Right? So, the same Ganga, the same water, the same dip, but the result is different, right? We go, we pollute her. And that tapasvi, that jnani, that yogi, that bhakt, those sages who are virle hote hain na, they are rare. They are rare. You can't find them. When they come and take a dip on you, you'll get purified. So now tell me, this sage, does he need to do the karma kand in Veds? No, right? It's not needed. So that is what they are saying. Once that oneness has come, these small karma kands are not needed anymore. Oh Arjun, move beyond them. Move beyond them. So beautifully. So same Granth, same situation, different results. So what is our objective? To become like those sages who purify Ma Ganga, or continue being those who pollute her for our own benefit? Sochiye. That is the depth of what is being said. Simply, very, very simply, he is saying those divine souls, तावना, राइट? कहने का तात्पर्य है कि परमात्मा की प्राप्ति होने पर वह तीनों गुणों से रहित हो जाता है. Who is he talking about? The one who has realized the divine. When one has realized the divine, he is beyond the three gunas. When he is beyond the three gunas, he does not have to do the karma kand which is mentioned in the Veds. You don't have to always be stuck there. We can all excel. So he is saying, Arjun, आगे बढ़ो. कहाँ अटक गए हो तुम? हमें भी यही बोल रहे हैं ना, आगे बढ़ो. कहाँ अटक गए हो तुम? अगर कर्म को योग बनाना है तो आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. नहीं तो no problem, your choice. Very simply, right? There is no compulsion whatsoever. And see, sansar is anant, right? Paramatma is anant, sansar is anant. Never ending. When you go out to a mall, you feel there is so much to buy. So how do you put an end to the sansar? Very beautifully, this bhav comes out from Ram Sukdas ji. He says, सांसारिक भोगों का अंत नहीं है. We can indulge our sense in 1001 ways. It will never end. If you're feeling कि no, let me end. Some people say, you indulge it. इतना खाओ कि बाद में मन ही नहीं करे. ऐसा नहीं होता. You cannot keep pouring, oil on fire expecting it to go off. No. That is wrong. सांसारिक भोगों का अंत नहीं है, अनंत ब्रह्मांड है और उनमें अनंत तरह के भोग हैं, भोग, राइट, ऑल द प्लेजर्स आर देयर, परंतु उनका त्याग कर दें, उनसे असंग हो जाए तो उनका अंत हो गया. When you say मैंने त्यागा, मुझे I don't want to indulge in the sense pleasures anymore. These are the kind of yogis they are talking about who can go and purify the Ganga. This is the level where they are saying that you do not need to be involved in karma kand anymore. So till we reach that level, yes, karma kand kariye with the objective to move forward. Very simply. But, and so when you just say I don't want it anymore, खत्म, तो आपके लिए अंत हो गया वो, राइट. एंड देन ऐसे ही कामना है भी अनंत है. माई डिजायर्स, just like the sensuous pleasures, all that are never ending. You can buy this, you can buy that, you can indulge here, you can meet that person, you can go to this party. कभी खत्म ही नहीं होगा. But when you say बस हो गया, मैं नहीं करूंगी, आपके लिए खत्म हो गया. Simple. In the same way, your desires are unending. Your desires will never end. Right? परंतु आप उनका भी त्याग कर दीजिए. I give up on my desires. खत्म हुआ बात. Finish. It is ended for you now. It is ended. And while I was thinking of this, a very simple example, a very mundane probably example, is this. And it is what they are exactly saying. One day I got up and said, no leather. I will never wear leather again. My options became very limited. My options, because every other thing has leather. My options for shoes, my option for purses, my option for anything became very limited. Very easy to go and buy. Because I go and say कि जिसमें leather नहीं है वो बता दो. Mostly expensive things have leather. So your options, छोटी सी example है. When you say no silk, you have cut out something. Your options smaller हो जाते हैं. क्योंकि you're not wearing silk. So when you go to a store, you'll say, I don't wear silk. What do you have without silk? Show me. खत्म. When you say no wool, I don't wear wool at all. Because when the wool is taken out, many a times the animals are tortured. So when you go, you don't have much options left. You say no wool, no silk, no leather. The mall is there as it is. My options have become very limited, right? The minute you say no onion garlic, only pure vegetarian food, wherever it is cooked, I'll eat. The Tajas and all the Trescents and all those places don't go away. They are there. But they are out of your list. Finish. That is what they are saying very simply. This is a very simple, small step. But धीरे 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 करके, when you start eliminating things, and the minute you end your desires, the minute you end your wants, you say, nahi, I won't indulge them. Slowly, slowly, all these unending things start to end for you. Unlimited things become very limited for you. It is possible. And कहते हैं ना, निष्काम हो जाए तो उनका अंत आ जाता है. Sakam, when I want for myself. Nishkam, without any expectation or result, I am working. Finished. Everything ends for you. It is as simple as that. One step at a time. One step at a time. So for those kind of people who have the ability to purify Sri Ganga, they do not have to do any karma kand. They do not have to do tab, jap, niyam, yam. They do it. See, again, very, very thin. We are going very slow here because we have to understand we cannot refute. We should not refute. For them, it becomes a way of life. For us, we are doing it to purify ourselves. They're already pure. They live like that. For them, it is not an exercise. For them, it is natural to have one set of clothes or two. For us, it is an exercise. So, वो तप हो जाता है. For us, it becomes a tap. For them, it is life. Reducing clothes, I tell you, reduce half the amount of clothes in your cupboard. It's a big exercise. But for them, नहीं चाहिए, ये दो चाहिए, हो गया, बस हटा दो सब. So now the comparison is between the person and that person. So what is he saying? These kind of people, they do not need to go into the karma kand of the Vedas because they are already established in that divine. They are beyond it. It is possible for us also to go beyond it. Otherwise, Gita में ये बोल ही नहीं रहे होते ना. And that is what Shri Krishna is telling Arjun. Move beyond all this. It is time now, Arjun. Move beyond. किससे? Dvandva. Right? Dvandva. And the second thing he said is संग्रह and संचय. इकट्ठा करना and उसको प्रोटेक्ट करना. छोड़ो. These are the two verses that Shri Krishna is talking about to Arjun. So over here, why are we going so slow? Again and again emphasizing कि it has to be done, but it has to be moved beyond also. It is needed for some, but for those some also they have to step ahead and move beyond that also. Nowhere there is a ridicule. So simply, this is the seek that he is giving to Arjun right now in these two verses. Very simply put. Any questions, any doubts, any thoughts? Anything that is coming to your mind? Nothing? We can mull over these verses, right? Think about it, what is being said, why it is being said even further. Because the next verse, verse number 37, right, is a widely quoted verse. वो हम लोग इतना लिबरली कर्मण्य कावाधिकारस्ते इतना सब ऐसे बोलते हैं जैसे कि उनको तो बस उनके जेब में है वो वर्स. तो इजीकली एंड लोग तो कर्मयोग के बारे में ऐसे बात करते हैं कि जैसे वो तो कर्मयोगी बन के ही पैदा हुए थे. व्हेन यू स्टार्ट रीडिंग लाइक दिस, अभी तक व्हेन वी वर रीडिंग ज्ञान योग वी फेल्ट ज्ञान योग इट्स डिफिकल्ट. द मिनट वी स्टार्टेड रीडिंग कर्मयोग मुझे लगा नहीं ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा कठिन है भाई. So he'll go on. He's going to go on to bhakti also. He's going to take one step at a time. But to internalize and to understand the coming verse, we have to be very clear about what is being said in the previous verses. Because nowhere there is any ridicule. Nowhere, because these individual verses कोई भी उठा लेगा and बोलेगा कि देखो वेद के लिए ऐसे है. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. समझो ना क्या बोल रहे हो. Right? And then you'll say, no, karma kand. Some a person, might say, no, I don't have to do any rituals. Are you at that level? Ki you can go and purify Ganga? Nahi na, karo karma kand. So, don't just, Kasturi? Yeah.
जब कृष्ण बोल रहे हैं कि अर्जुन आगे बढ़ो, तो हमको कहाँ तक आगे बढ़ना है, अर्जुन को कहाँ तक आगे बढ़ना है, वो आगे बढ़ना क्या होता है मुझे समझ में नहीं आया.
Very true. आगे बढ़ना actually, if we put it, there is nowhere to go. We are, right? ठीक है. You take an example of an elephant. ठीक है. When the elephant is a baby and you try shackles and you put him and he can't move, isn't it? And then he grows up. And when the elephant grows up, how much strength does he have? Now, after he is so conditioned to the fact that my legs have been shackled and I cannot move, I am not strong enough, right? So this elephant will stand. And now what happens is the person, the tamer of the elephant, won't even put any shackles. He will just make the sound. And that huge big elephant, thinking that he is bound, will be standing there. Right? So, is he bound? No, right? He is not bound. But he feels he is bound, right? तो जब श्री कृष्ण बोल रहे हैं आगे बढ़ो, यूं बोला जाए तो कहीं बढ़ना ही नहीं है. आप हो. You are already gunatit, right? Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, you feel you are in that. But actually, you are gunatit. Tattvamasi aham brahmasmi. I am that, right? So there is nothing that has to be gone. That is nothing that has to be done. But You have to keep doing it. You have to purify yourself. कहते ना साधना गधा है. साधना मतलब all the stuff, jap, yam, niyam is a donkey, one sage says. ये गधे का काम है. पर करना पड़ेगा. Why? क्यों करना पड़ेगा? To realize कि कुछ करना ही नहीं है. हम हैं ही. So श्री कृष्ण बोल रहे हैं, what is he saying is move beyond that karma kand where you are just wanting for yourself. Right? कि ये चाहिए मुझे, वो चाहिए. तुम आगे बढ़ के तो देखो. Right? Move beyond मुझे, I want this, I want that. I'm doing actions, I'm doing prayers for my benefit. Move beyond that. Move beyond the dualities. Move beyond, when he's saying move beyond, it is mentally uncondition yourself. Mentally uncondition yourself. जाना कहीं नहीं है, आना कहीं से नहीं है. There is no journey at the end of it. But to understand that, you have to walk. I hope I have been able to clear it. तो और कहाँ तक जाना है? आपको तब तक जाना है तब तक सिर्फ वो रह जाए, आप रहो ही नहीं. He is there and I am not there.
I mean, can I understand जैसे just keep I mean आप हम ब्रह्मास्मि.
अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. हाँ
जी. तो I think as you said it is a conditioning of the mind. You just have to walk through the path to experience the
Yes.
journey and get purified as you are walking. And the final thing is to realize that there is no him or me, it is only us. It was always a part of him that is here, that is me. Is
Yes,
that what
exactly.
Krishna
It is not only a part. For Advaitis, it is only him, right? For Dvaitis, you will realize him. See, very simply put, when Hanumanji was asked, this is the only way we can put all these three kind of walks together. When Hanumanji was asked, कि what am I to you? When Ramji asked, right? तो हनुमान जी ने बोला कि जब मैं इस संसार में होता हूँ, when I am reveling in this world, when I am so engrossed, I am involved in sensuous pleasures, you are that divine and I am this, the patit pavan, right? But then I start gathering my senses, right? Like walking. I start walking inwards. I gather my senses from all around. No desires, no kamna, dhire dhire, with a lot of effort, with a lot of titiksha, right? Sam, dam, titiksha, Shraddha, ye sab, you have to work towards it. A lot of effort goes in it. And then slowly you are able to move your indriyas, you gather them, reduce your desires, you move inside. And when you have moved inside, you realize that I am but a part of him. I am not that self which I used to think that I am so dirty. No, I am but a part of him, right? And then suddenly when in the process, you reach a state where there is nothing. The outer world has perished, right? There is no desire, no kamna, nothing left. You just are. You are in that gunatit avastha. Like होता ना, एक होता है तुरिया, state of तुरिया भी कहते हैं. We'll talk about it later when it comes. So you are in that avastha where there is nothing else left. Then he says, I am you and you are me. There is no difference. So where are we walking? We are not walking somewhere there. We are walking slowly. We are pulling all the indriyas, all the desires, all the kamnas, एक करके, inside. ज्ञानी ज्ञान से करते हैं. They'll read, they'll understand, they'll do it. कर्म योगी कर्म से करते हैं. Simple example they gave, right? Stop desiring, stop wanting. धीरे धीरे कम करते जाओ, right? Selfless work करो. And भक्त कैसे करता है? वो भगवान से करवा लेता है. उसके लिए भगवान ही कर देते हैं. वो बाद में हम पढ़ेंगे. दैट्स द सिंपलेस्ट. बिकॉज ऐसा लगेगा ना कि यार ये सब मुझसे तो नहीं होना, तुम ही कर दो. सो भक्त भगवान से करवा लेता है. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ वेयर आर वी ट्रैवलिंग इनसाइड. तो जब वो बोलते हैं आगे बढ़ो, अरे तुम छोड़ो ना, ये द्वंद्व छोड़ो, ये इकट्ठा करना छोड़ो. तुम घुसो अंदर, लीव दोज सेंसेस, लीव दोज कामनास, लीव दोज डिजायर्स, मूव विद इन, मूव विद इन, मूव विद इन, एंड देन यूल सी मैं तो यही हूँ, कहीं गया ही नहीं. वो मृग तृष्णा होती है ना, वो मृग पूरे जगह कस्तूरी को ढूंढता रहता है, कस्तूरी तो उसी में होती है. हम भी वही हैं. वी आर रनिंग आफ्टर द कस्तूरी, यू नो, इधर उधर कहीं 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 कहीं. वेयर इज द कस्तूरी? जिंदगी भर नहीं मिलेगी टिल वी रियलाइज कि इट इज इन यू. देयर इज नोवेयर टू गो. सो we'll brief.
Very beautifully ended the.
Yeah.
कहीं नहीं है, हमारे अंदर ही.
हमारे अंदर ही. But तितिक्षा, effort has to be there, forbearance has to be there, sam, dam, you know, we cannot just say it will happen overnight. मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, right? मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. So great. So what we'll do is next week we'll briefly touch these two and move to that great divine verse that everybody knows, right? But right now we'll close the session. And there is a beautiful bhajan Kabir Das ji ka which I'll send. मन मस्त हुआ फिर क्या बोले. उसमें the wordings are explaining this very verse number 46. Sorry, I'm overshooting. 2 more minutes. कि जब, you know, when something is empty, that is when you put it on a weighing scale and figure it out what is the weight, right? But when something is full, do you have to put it on a weighing scale? You know, right? Exactly. तो भरी हुई है, full भरी हुई है. When Hans is taking bath in Man Sarovar, will he need to go take dips in a puddle here and there? No, right? So this is the state of a divine realized soul that he is talking about. He is telling Arjun, तुम वहाँ पहुँचो, रुको मत. ये छोटे छोटे जलाशयों में क्यों डुबकियाँ लगा रहे हो? Move on. This is a beautiful bhajan that Kabir ji has sung on this very verse. Right? So we'll close the session. We'll touch it again. If there are any questions, kindly you can call me or whatever. We'll discuss anytime. Even if somebody wants to stay back now and discuss, they can. There is no issue. Right? Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Ram Lakshman Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. Ram Lakshman Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. Ram Lakshman Janaki Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. Jai Bolo Hanuman Ki. Bolo Bajrang Bali ki Jai. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman. Jai Shri Ram.